Do 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 do.
Ghostbusters.
Hey guys, welcome to the post-credit show. I'm your host Ronnie Williams.
And I'm Sergio M. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing, Serge?
Happy Halloween. We're getting close to it.
Well, apparently Halloween came early this year.
You mean the film?
Yeah, they put it out on the 19th.
October 19th. Well, Halloween is a Wednesday, right?
Yeah, it lands on a Wednesday.
So 2018, it's a Wednesday.
But still, they could have put it out the weekend before. Why'd they put it out mid-October?
Just to give people the head start. In my opinion, everybody is celebrating Halloween all of October. No?
No, October 2nd was a bad Halloween day. And the 9th, oh, forget about it. So, in all seriousness, if you're new to the post-credit show, this is the post-credit show, where you guys lead the discussion.
Yeah, so you guys post the comments, we'll read it, we'll discuss it.
Right. So, yeah, get at us however you can before, you just see a new movie, tweet at us, Facebook at us. We have all the socials.
Yep, we accept all comments.
Yeah. And just get it at us. And also in the live chat, we're also doing a more general Halloween discussion. So if there's any favorite spooky films you want to bring up, we'll chat about it,
Yeah. No, going back, Ronnie, I think most of the month of October is Halloween related, right?
Right.
They have all those mazes at theme parks and what else?
Well, yeah, we actually went out to Halloween Horror Nights last night.
Yeah, I think the whole month. People wait for this whole month, the whole year,
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to the movie. What did you think of the movie, Ronnie?
So I'd rate it a see it this month. Yeah, that's our rating system.
See it this month.
How soon you should see a movie. It can be see it now, see it this week, see it this month, see it eventually, read a book. So I say see it this month. It's a very decent Halloween film, and like it. Even though it's set in modern day, it really has that old-timey feel. Mm-hmm. Like, it fits really well with the original. Like, it's like hand in hand.
Yeah.
So I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, if not see it this week, I definitely see it this month of October.
I agree with you. I say you see it before Halloween.
Okay.
That's fair.
So see it this month. We're both in agreement.
Yeah.
Looks like we got our first person in the chat. Thanks, Rachel. We love you too.
Okay. So where does the movie start, Ronnie?
So, the movie begins with a couple of podcasters, the worst scum of the earth.
Just speaking their mind. Jeez.
Right. And it's so funny, like, how many films now have, like, the sleazy podcaster now.
Oh.
Like, it used to be, like, the sleazy journalist. Like, Scream had, Courtney Cox was, like, a bad journalist in that, And Kevin Smith's Tusk, that was a really dirtbag podcaster.
Hey,
But these podcasters are British. And I loved it. Like, he's trying to get Michael Myers to speak, And the whole movie, everybody's trying to get Michael Myers to speak, and he won't do it.
He said one word to me. Well, what word did he say?
Pretzels.
Pretzels? That was his word? He said his pretzels were salty.
These pretzels are making me thirsty. But yeah, the beginning was great, there's no reaction from Michael Myers, but all the other psychopaths and dogs were going crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's interesting. Like, in most of the history of Halloween, Michael Myers is just a guy in a mask. Like, other than breathing, he really doesn't emote too much.
Yeah, so they had him locked up and everything.
Yeah.
I think most of the time, mean, I didn't even know where he get the mask from. Like,
That's a great question. I watched the original, and it seemed like, oh, where did he get that mask?
I'm guessing he has a storage somewhere far away, and then he has a set of masks.
Right. Well, if you go off of the remake that Rob Zombie did, like it's like his sister's boyfriend's mask, and he just put it on.
Yeah.
And like, well, in the insane asylum, he just made mask after mask after mask. He had to have his face covered. But yeah, I don't think too many people care for the Rob Zombie remakes. Like, Screen Junkies did like a recap of all of them, and they purposely skipped the Rob Zombie ones. But yeah, there's like 4 different timelines for Halloween. Because Halloween H2O isn't related to the 5 original sequels. You got the 5 original sequels. You got the Rob Zombie remakes, and then this one is on its own timeline.
So how many Michael Myers movies?
See, the 5 sequels, Halloween to H2O, 2 Rob Zombies, and then this one, 9.
9.
Is that enough Halloween for you?
I think he needs a few more. So Rachel says gas station. What gas station?
Gas station. Maybe that wasn't meant for us.
Oh.
I don't know. Gwen on YouTube says, I'm not big on scary movies. The scariest movie I've ever seen is Arachnophobia.
Spiders?
Yes! Starring Jeff Daniels. Was that Jeff Daniels? Yeah, starring Jeff Daniels and John Goodman as the exterminator.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, Arachnophobia is great. Gwen, tell us some of your favorite moments about Arachnophobia. But I'll pitch it to you quick. So, like this spider ends up in this coffin from like the Amazon or something. It gets shipped over to this small town in America. And it mates with a domestic spider. And like all these really small spiders are like crawling around. Like one ends up in a football helmet and the kid dies.
Oh my God.
Like basically anybody who gets bit by the spider dies, and it's pretty gruesome. And they hired John Goodman, the exterminator, and the normal poison he uses doesn't work on the spiders.
Oh, these are super spiders.
Right. But what's funny is like the movie gets criticized because people can just leave the town. There's nothing keeping these people in this town. They could all just bug out. Pun intended.
Okay. So Rachel says he got the mask at the gas station. So did he get it at the gas station?
I think it's for the original. That sounds right. I know that's where he got the full jumpsuit.
Yeah. So he gets he works like looks like a mechanic, right? He got it from the...
Yeah, the mechanic's jumpsuit. Okay. Oh, and Rachel says Arachnophobia is the scariest movie to see as a child. The shower scene. So, like, you got the gal in the shower and, like, the spider's on her, but luckily it gets swept up in the current and goes down the drain. So I think she made it out.
Oh, my God. I'm personally not scared of spiders.
Yeah. And the whole reason Jeff Daniels' character is scared of spiders, like when he was a baby, there was a spider in like his crib or something. Oh. Like he has that memory, so he has to face the big bad spider.
Okay. The big bad spider. So how are the reviews for the movie, Ronnie?
I mean, with most horror films, it's like, critics, are okay with it at best. They're more okay with this than they were like with earlier films this month, but audience score is pretty dang high. We should also mention like what's our experience with the Halloween franchise. I've only seen the original like last year in a like throwback showing in theaters. I always recommend seeing movies in theaters. But yeah, the score's great. And then I saw the first Rob Zombie remake and then the most recent 2018 Halloween. And you've seen the original and the.
I've seen the original and this, but the original I saw a long, long time ago.
Right.
I just wanted to see like what they would. I mean, were they going to take a new approach to it, or? But it's kind of like he put on a mask and he was just shanking people.
Yeah, the beauty is the simplicity of the Halloween movies. Like it's not overly complicated. Like the rules are he is just like a tough dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude in a blue jumpsuit.
Right. Some like real enthusiasts just call him the Shape, and I believe that's because the jack-o'-lantern and the eye kind of looks like the mask, and so they just call him the Shape.
The Shape.
Yeah,
The Shape.
but Michael Myers. Well, and also Michael Myers gets confused with Mike Myers, the Austin Powers actor and comedian.
The Cat in the Hat.
Yes, he did star Cat in the Hat.
I thought a lot of the wife, right? What's her name? Curtis.
Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Right. So she's like traumatized,
Right, as you would be.
Right. And it seems like the whole movie she has a trap set up in her house,
Right. So major spoilers. The house is completely booby trapped. Like it seemed like at first like it was constructed to just keep everybody out, and then there's like a secret, ultra secret like basement, like safe house room.
Uh-huh.
But really, it's to trap and kill Mike Myers.
I mean, I would have been waiting right there in the attic, and as soon as he came by, I'd just snipe him.
Right. Well, it's I don't know. Like, wouldn't you also have like bear traps out and about?
Yeah. I mean, I know where he's coming in. He's coming through the front
Right.
door. But anyways, that add a lot of excitement to the movie.
Right. Well, and like the daughter played by I think Judy Greer, like you could understand finally at the end why she hated her mom, because the mom's plan seemed to be, for them to be down in the basement, lure him into the basement, and then kill him, So using themselves as bait, I could see why, she'd be like, no, I don't like you anymore, Mom.
Yeah. She's like, don't use me as bait. So Gwen says, would it be too scary for me to watch? No, I don't think it's too scary.
This Halloween, like, it's funny, like, there's some gore, but it really isn't over the top. Yeah. Like, it's a like, it's not as shocking, especially by today's standards.
Yeah. I think it was just mellow. He's just walking in through the back door and, like, stabbing someone
right.
in the neck, and that's all he does,
And I love the one-shot scene where he, arrives, in a neighborhood where everybody's trick-or-treating, and he just, like, he follows him walking, here goes the shed, goes in the house, takes out somebody, and then just keeps going,
Yeah, he's just coming from door to door. Instead of trick-or-treating, he's killing you.
Yeah.
I like that scene where he goes to the garage and grabs the hammer. It's a great scene.
Yeah, they show a bit of it in the trailer, but the full scene in the movie, like, there's one moment, I won't give this one away if you haven't seen it, but there's one point after he takes out the gal with the hammer, like, he makes a decision, you're like, oh!
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I was going to say okay, I won't say it. Okay, so it says, out of a scary movie, how do you rate it from 1 to 10?
I give it, on scary, 7 ghosts.
Okay, I was going to say 5.
5
ghosts.
So average of 6 on the scariness.
Yeah.
Spooky scale.
You can watch it calmly,
Yeah. Thanks for pointing that out, Rachel.
No more the word right.
Right?
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 It's banned from this show now.
Oh, no.
Correct?
Correctamundo.
Correctamundo.
I agree.
So let's see some comments. What do people
Yep.
say?
We gathered some comments. The freshest of the fresh from Reddit. The number one comment with 1,000 upvotes. Destiny24 says, something I really liked was the kid mentioning, he only killed 5 people with a knife. What's the big deal? The point that audiences have mentioned for years. And so in the new movie, you know, it's talking to the granddaughter and of Lauren Strode, and the guy's like, the first Halloween, he only killed 5 people. Why is he such a legend, you know? And, well, back then, 5 people was a bigger deal, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's all it took. It was subtlety, you know? And each one was like an event, you know? Like, there's a lot more deaths in this new one, but each one doesn't really, you know, isn't terribly memorable, you know?
Yeah, I think he was like killing behind the scenes. He wasn't just like, because I saw him right there on the street, right?
Right.
And I'm like, whoa, is he just gonna start grabbing kids and slicing their throat, or? But no,
Right.
he doesn't. He's like,
Yeah,
he kills
yeah.
behind the scene, like.
Yeah, it's interesting who he decides to take out, you know? Like, they refer to him a lot as the boogeyman, you know, and the boogeyman exists. So I think that's what, like, catches his ear, like someone who acts like they're not afraid or they're, you know, super afraid. Like, if you're just, like, normal kid on the street and say, sorry, mister, and keep going, you're okay.
He's not gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, if you're someone who's acting all tough, you know, like, come at me, Holmes, he's going to get you.
Yep.
You know? Or if you're like, oh, I'm going to wet myself, Holmes. If you say Holmes, he's going to get you. But yeah, people are replying to this. Ian McGallis said, I always interpret it as it being a big deal in Holdenfield, Illinois. They played with that idea in the original too, with the Gravekeepers. Every town's got something like this comment on Michael killing his sister.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, in a small town, you know, even one person getting murdered is a big deal, you know?
I mean, it's a small town.
Right. So 5 people, and like the story that it's a psychopath, and you know that he's like still around, that this is like an ongoing story, you know, like if he was murdered, that kind of ends it, you know.
Yeah.
But they got podcasters going to talk to him still.
Hey. What do you think of his doctor? I was gonna mention that.
Oh yeah, the new Loomis. Yeah, even the movie points it out. It's like, oh, it's that guy. Because the original actor had since passed away after being in a ton of sequels. But yeah, I noticed that pen he had with the spinal column on it, like, early in the film. I'm like, huh, that's kind of interesting. Maybe Mike Myers will grab that and use it for as an escape. But nope, it was a secret stabby pen.
Stabbed the cop with it.
Yeah.
Stupid doctor.
Yeah, that was weird. Like, why did he think it was a good idea? Oh, and here's another thing. People are putting out online, too, like, he has a bad arm because he got shot. How the heck did he drag Mike Myers into the back of the cop car?
Yeah.
He's like, you know, Michael Myers might be 300 pounds, you know?
Or more.
Of pure insanity.
Of pure evil.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy with that because they had already ran him over, and
Yeah.
he should have had broken legs or something.
Well, you see, you might have missed this in the original. There was a a post-credit scene that most people didn't see in the original. He was running away from the cops and he falls down a science hole. And the scientists are switching on. They're like, oh, the silicon's higher. And it's like, oh, it's probably a bird. He'll fly away. And then these giant things start spinning around him. And he combined with sand.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm mixing it up with Spider-Man 3.
Oh, so he's like the Sandman.
He fell down a science hole.
Jeez.
Oh, Rachel's saying Paranormal Activity is the scariest movie.
Well, that's what I said.
Yeah, you like it. You take the lead on this.
Well, I agree with Rachel. Like, I saw Paranormal Activity, and some of those houses are exactly how you see them. Especially, I think in the third one, I was telling you, there's like a small door.
Uh-huh.
And the scene where the demon pulls the little girl in there. It's a great scene. I love it. It scares the heck out of me.
Right.
This is something like you can't supernatural just pulling you in. You know what I mean?
Right. I watched the first one at home with a buddy, and like, yeah, we got the chills, the willies, like especially like the powdery footprint forming, you know, and it's like completely like alien looking, and I'm like, oh, that's spooky. But then I think other than scary, there's an even more overwhelming emotion, and that's boredom.
Really?
Those movies are boring.
I think it builds up.
That's the whole movie is the build up. But like I'm sitting there watching the second movie and I'm waiting for a chair to slightly move. And also with the second movie, they kept showing this pool. And like there's like this arm moving around the surface, and I'm like, is that supposed to do that? Is that a pool cleaner? Is that its function? Or is that a ghost moving it?
Well, I mean, it's just hinting, giving you small hints throughout the movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
Usually, I'm with you, Ronnie. I'm not patient with these kind of things,
Right.
you know. But for some reason, the way it's like security cameras taking the thing, I think it's filmed good. You know, like it has a good take on it. You know.
I don't know. Like found footage films, they're either a big hit or a big miss.
Okay, so they're asking you, what do you think is the scariest movie of all time?
The scariest movie of all time. The Ring is pretty high up there.
The Ring?
Yeah, because there's televisions everywhere, and like it gets you paranoid. Like especially at the time, because like we had bunny ears, and so like our TV would mess up and get static and be just like, you know.
Yeah.
So there's a good while. Like I don't know. What do you think is the scariest movie?
I can't really remember the scariest movie I've seen, but one of the scenes that scared the heck out of me a long time ago was Signs with Mel Gibson.
Signs is great.
Like that scene where they're like the kids are like they're like in the house, and then it's like filmed on a phone, and the alien walks by. Oh my god,
That is great. Yeah, they're watching like on YouTube, and it's like it's a Mexican like birthday party or something.
Right.
And then they show the alien. Like that's the beauty of Signs too. Like most movies, they never show the alien,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And like one of the very earliest scenes, the little girl wakes up Mel Gibson and is like, "There's a monster outside my window. Can I have a glass of water?"
Yeah.
And so he puts her back in bed and he looks out the window, and there it is, an outline of an alien on the roof.
Yeah,
And it's like, oh!
yeah,
The music swells, and then they're out like chasing it.
yeah. Like I like it. Like the newscasters, like the scenes might be disturbing or something.
Yeah,
and
and
then
it was
they pause it
disturbing.
right there where the alien's walking. It was a great scene. That one scared me for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, Sign. Oh, and Gwen loves Signs as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, scariest movie, like, I'm not looking for scares, you know? Like, I like gross out creature feature movies. Like, my favorite, like straight horror movie is John Carpenter's The Thing. Like, that movie has really good effects, and, like, they're completely, like, abandoned, and they're just trapped. And like there's great suspense scenes in there. There's great just like shocking scenes in there. It has everything. And Slither, written by James Gunn and I believe directed by Joss Whedon. Slither is a great creature feature as well.
I was gonna start bringing up like Saw, but Saw is more of a gore movie.
Right, and there's like straight up scares, and then there's suspense, and Saw is more like suspenseful than scary.
Yeah, but he's definitely in the Halloween.
Rachel's defending Paranormal Activity. She said they are boring, but not a lot of action. But it's not a movie I could fall asleep watching because I'm so scared. Ooh, and Gwen points out Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs is really good. That one has the creepiness, maybe we could try to test out, like, there's scary, creepy, suspenseful, but, like, creepy, just, Anthony Hopkins, Hannibal Lecter is just creepy.
You gonna eat my brain?
Yeah. Ate them with some fafa beans and Chianti.
OMG. Well, what else were they saying, Ronnie? OMG.
Rachel's saying The Ring is scary and Signs is great. And Signs I love because you can watch it year round. Like the movies that like are good during Halloween are also good outside. Like my favorite movie of all time is Shaun of the Dead, and that movie you can watch anytime, Yeah. Because it's comedy, it's romance, it's horror, it's zombies, it has everything. Signs you can watch pretty much anytime. It feels like a little bit of a fall film. Mm-hmm. Just, I don't know. There's something about fall that
It's more gloomy.
Right. Gloomy, and like just rustling leaves on the ground.
Yeah.
But yeah, turning back to Halloween a bit. CJ Sullivan is like, is nobody going to mention that the shape carved a hauled out man's head into a effing jack-o'-lantern? So cool.
Oh, where the cop car shows up,
right?
I was going to ask, I was like, how did he get the light on the eyes? Like,
so I saw it. It was a really long police flashlight shoved up in there. But I'm wondering, like, it takes some skill and finesse to, don't call the authorities on me, folks, but how do you, like, get someone's face off of their skull to turn it into a jack-o'-lantern?
I mean, he must have had a really sharp knife. We can agree on that.
It was just a knife he picked up, There's 2 different times where he had a butcher knife, and maybe he just tore it off with his strength.
He just ripped the head off and
just like skinned it. It was like, psh, and then he went, plunk, and that's what the sound, plunk,
yeah,
and then shagoo,
yeah,
with the flashlight.
Like the guy is dumb. Her husband, he goes out there looking at the cop. Come on.
Oh yeah. That got the most groans in my theater. When the dumb dad went outside, they're like, oh, come on, oh.
I mean, before the whole movie, I was hearing him talk, and I was like, I hope he gets it. Like,
yeah, you really hope that character gets it.
Yep. Thank God he got it.
Yeah, and the same with the doctor guy. I shouted in the theater, step on his head!
He did step on his head.
He did! It was great. Oh, Rachel likes to point out real quick that the scariest movies are scariest because you believe they could actually happen. And I believe that too.
Yeah, you could relate, yeah.
a really good book by Stephen King's called The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. Clunky title, but it's basically just a little girl lost in the woods. And the way he describes it is like, holy buckets, anybody can get lost in the woods. Like, she assumed one thing wrong. Like, she's like, oh, I went on the wrong trail. There's a trail just north of me. I can just keep walking and hit that trail, right? But no, she ends up lost in the woods, and it's like the scariest thing. Like, she's like dying from dehydration because she can't keep down the water that she's getting because she can't boil it. She can't make fire or nothing. And it's just spooky because I put myself in there like, wow, I could be lost in the woods.
Jeez.
Especially our friend Brandon. Brandon has no sense of direction.
Oh. Ouch.
I'm calling you out, Brandon.
What about did you ever find the Blair Witch or?
Yeah, and that's another thing too, is like the Blair Witch, you know, just woods in general are spooky, I think, to Americans.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching this like video essay, and they're like talking about modern horror, and like all the spooky stuff happens in the wood because we live in like modern society. So anytime we leave society, it's like scarier. It's kind of like deep ocean, you know. Deep ocean's what scares me the most. You know, just like, you know, there could be something hidden down there.
Yeah. Like a big anything.
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
But yeah, Rachel, if you have particular scary movies where, because you could believe it actually happened, feel free to list them. And that goes for any of our viewers.
Okay.
But back to Halloween. Oh, what'd you think about, Frank points out, Frank8289 says, are we not going to talk about that poor kid in the trunk who just wanted to dance? I just want to dance. So the insane people truck just crashed, and like this dad's taking his boy hunting, and the boy's like, I want to go to dance class.
Yeah, and the like he pulls over and he stops, right? And he's like, you stay in the car here, Ronnie. I'm gonna go and check out if everybody's okay. Oh, come on. I was rolling my eyes. I was like, come on.
Yeah, the dumb dadness of this film's at 110%. They cranked it to 11. But I loved it that the boy like had a gun, you know.
He had a chance.
Yeah, he had a chance, but like the symbolism of Michael Myers killing the kid was like, okay, anything can go in this movie.
Yeah.
And that actually set up the later suspenseful scene after he killed the gal with the hammer.
Yeah. I mean, I thought he was gonna gab him really good when he went in the bus. I was like, I would have not been in the bus. I would have jumped in and left. You know. But the dad is so stupid.
Yeah, there's a lot of dumb dads. Maybe that's the comment. Well, that's like a American trope now. Like you see in commercials, like, oh, dad's doing something stupid, mom has to clean it up.
Oh, jeez. That's the norm.
Right. And then, like, this Halloween movie, it's like 3 strong women, which is fine, but you don't have to make every guy really dumb. Like, every single guy in this movie was pretty dumb. Like, even the podcaster guy who's supposed to be British, it was actually his female, like, co-producer who got stuff done. He's like, here's $3,000. Let us in your compound.
Useless guy.
Yeah, useless men. Did you notice anything in the background of the gas station scene? Like, the girl goes up to the counter and is like, hey, where's your restroom? Did you notice anything in the background?
No.
Oh!
I missed it. What did I miss?
So, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, when she goes in the bathroom, in the background, you see Michael Myers going like this. It's like, so you see him actually just pounding what you assume's a mechanic on the ground. But it's like for 2 seconds in the background.
Yeah.
And
I saw something moving, but
Right.
I didn't know.
that was it. That's where he got all the teeth, I believe.
Oh yeah, he drops the teeth on the
Right.
on the girl. That's right.
That's a good spooky
That was-
moment. Ugh, teeth. Teeth stuff really upsets me.
Like the movie teeth.
Any teeth stuff.
Oh. Rachel says, there's a YouTube on how to remove facial skin for Halloween decorations.
She said maybe there's a YouTube.
Oh.
She didn't actually look it up.
Oh,
I don't want to look that up. There's some things you just don't want to type into Google.
okay.
How to remove facial skin. Oh, there's a creepy new cooking show on Netflix right now. Like how to make like eyeballs on your cookies and stuff.
Oh, tasty.
Yeah. It's like the curious creations of something. It's pretty fun. It has puppets.
We have a viewer here. Reese. Hi, she says hi. Hi, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. So yeah, this is basically your show. We're talking loosely about the new Halloween movie and spooky films in general. So if you have any suggestions or want to point out a great scene or, we'll chat it up. This is your show. So welcome to it.
Yes.
Rachel said could happen. Paranormal Activity, Texas Chainsaw, Signs, and Hannibal. Paranormal Activity, yeah, you move into a house and then it suddenly becomes spooky. Like, yeah. Or like your girlfriend is possessed by a ghost.
Or possessed by a demon.
That's what annoys me, is they overlap demons and ghosts.
They're not the same thing?
No, like a ghost is supposed to be a dead person, and a demon's supposed to be like an evil spirit / demon, right?
But so in Paranormal Activity, it's seen as a demon.
Right, but it's an invisible demon.
It's an invisible demon.
See, that's what I don't like, is when they started making demons invisible. Like, it used to be like The Exorcist,
Yeah.
possessed by the devil or whatever, That was like a very visual, there's an actual thing there.
That's a great movie, too.
Oh, Exorcist is so good.
That scene scared me, too, where the girl's, like, coming out, like, going down the stairs. Like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, anytime people are doing weird stuff on normal things, like crawling on the ceiling and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So Texas Chainsaw, that's like still in the country bumpkins. Like, that actually could happen. You're on a road trip, your car acts up, and you end up in a jam, The hills have eyes, similar.
You end up in the farm.
Right. But rural areas, Signs.
The alien invasion.
I mean, you feel like they're normal people. Like, you totally relate to everybody in Signs. Joaquin Phoenix is like, I was a good baseball player, but now I'm stuck here doing nothing, Like, you totally relate to all the characters. But actually happening, alien invasions don't happen all that often.
Every 10 years or so,
Right. Something weird happened in my cornfield. And Hannibal, yeah, I'm not an FBI agent all that often.
Only on the weekends.
Yeah, only on the weekends. So, and they never let me interview psychopaths. Rachel said she saw that creepy cooking show as well.
I haven't seen it.
It's interesting. I like watching those like cooking shows, especially Nailed It, where they're completely failing at what they're trying to nail. Like, they don't give them enough time to really do it. Like, they had to, like, sculpt some guy's face out of cake, and it just looked terrible. It looked like a papier-mâché nonsense.
You have 3 minutes to bake and
They give them, like, 2 hours, and they still, like, butcher it to high heck.
Well, cooking takes a long time. I don't know why you put a time limit on it. Anyways.
More Halloween?
More Halloween. they incinerate Mr. Michael. They burned him. Is he gonna come back? Did he survive the fire?
So apparently, if you stayed to the end credits, there's like breathing, like through a mask. So some say, "Oh, that's Michael Myers." Some say it's the girl, the granddaughter.
That's what I was thinking because she had the knife in her hand.
Right, and in some of the Halloween sequels, whatever you come in contact with Michael Myers' blood, you go insane as well.
Oh. So see, there's the evil demon.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I found some more stuff.
What'd you find?
So the moment that got the biggest audience reaction in my theater was when Allison's friend tries to break free from the friend zone. Everyone simultaneously groaned.
When the guy tried to kiss her?
Yeah. I thought the chapstick guy was supposed to be like the cool gay friend.
I thought she was hinting at him. I don't know.
Oh, you thought you thought like he did, that she was coming on to him?
She was coming on to him.
Okay. I mean, I like there was a little bit there, but like I'm not smooching on ladies. I didn't see the go sign.
I mean, if she hops the fence, I mean, I'm already like, oh.
Right. But I thought with the chapstick thing that he was like a closeted gay guy, or at least the openly cool gay guy.
Yeah.
No?
No.
Because he also kissed the dude on the forehead.
He's kind of in the middle.
Maybe he's just socially awkward.
Maybe.
See, it's weird. Like, either he's cool and gay, or he's socially awkward. You can't...
It's like a very thin line, you know?
No, it's a... Never mind. Moving on.
Well, he got it the worst. He got the knife to the fence. To
Right.
the gate. And then, like, what was it? Like, the light have sensors, and all of a sudden, it's like, it turns off. And all of a sudden, he's closer. I'm like, come on, the sensor should have caught him.
Right. It's an old faulty sensor and like the trees.
Damn.
I don't know.
Anyways,
Perfect.
he got what was coming for him.
Rachel is talking about the creepy cooking show. She says there's a talking cat, and I think the animals are a huge turnoff. So there's like puppets in the cooking show. And yeah, I could see it like, because like I like goofy puppet shows, but when it's around food, that gets a little weird because you think you're gonna get fluffs of,
Gonna get
fabric, cat hair in your food.
Oh.
And Rachel also goes, demons are of the devil.
Yes. Yes, they are.
Right. Yeah, I think it's just a more modern thing. Like even the Conjuring movies, like they'll have a main demon, but everything else will be like ghosts and spooks, Like the demon is harnessing the spirit of a dead guy, in Conjuring 2. And I don't know.
Well, is there anything else that you wanted to add, Ronnie?
Oh, wow, this show went by like...
Easy.
People
are in the... I mean, I love Halloween. This is my favorite month for sure.
I really enjoy Halloween as well. I think you guys got a preview of the costume I want to do this year. Maybe I'll bring in the full one the weekend before Halloween.
Okay.
Maybe we could chat about what's coming out next week.
What's coming out next week?
I don't know. That's how prepared. Like we seriously hit it hard last night at the Halloween mazes. We tried to get an interview with Michael Myers in the Halloween 4 maze. Could you tell him how that went?
He tried to kill us.
He tried to kill us.
What was he thinking?
Oh yeah, we're like those other amateur podcasters. Like, speak to us, and he's just like, ah.
That's what we were missing, the mic. Oh no.
Yeah, we didn't have a microphone, and yeah.
You know who? We didn't bring up the babysitter.
Oh, that got the biggest laugh in my theater.
He's like, I know you're smoking weed.
Oh, that little kid stole the movie. I just want to watch that mouthy little kid.
little brat getting on my nerves. I'm like,
no, let the boyfriend go up first. He's gonna die.
yeah.
And then when the girl like slips on her own socks, that's when everybody laughed.
Yeah.
Did you laugh?
I was like, I hope she gets it. I hope he gets it
Oh
first.
my gosh.
I thought he was gonna get it when he was on the motorcycle.
Yeah, what was with the motorcycle?
I don't know. But the little kid was funny.
Right. Movie releases. Madam Halloween. Man, it's all the movies that are already out. We need previews.
Okay.
What? There's got to be something coming out next week.
So
The 26th. Okay. Amateur hour.
amateur hour.
Maybe you could speak about your favorite maze, the Unfriended maze.
The maze is out there. It wasn't even its own maze. It was only a third of a maze.
Yeah. But why do you like the movie Unfriended? I never understood that.
I like movies where they film it differently. It was totally filmed different.
Like how so? Oh, because it's all on one screen.
It's all on a computer screen.
Yeah.
It's a new take. So what's next week's movie?
So I'm seeing Indivisible, which I've never heard of, Hunter Killer, which is like a submarine movie. Johnny English Strikes Again, Suspiria, London Fields, Solace. Man, why is there no movie releasing on this weekend, but Bad Times at the El Royale had to go up against First Man?
I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking.
So how about this? I'll go ahead and see Hunter Killer in case people want to watch it. That'll be the new movie. But how about we talk about Bad Times at the El Royale? That movie deserves more.
Okay.
And maybe also A Star is Born if we have time.
Okay. Sounds great.
So yeah, that will be our movies next week. Hunter Killer will be the newest movie that we do. But Bad Times at the El Royale, I think, will be the main focus. And a more general Halloween discussion, I think, as well. Well, if more people show up in the chat, we'll talk about it.
Okay. Rachel was asking what made this monster that wants to kill. He's asking. She says she likes Michael's background story.
Oh,
I love the movie The Quiet Place. The Quiet Place.
Oh, Quiet Place is good. We could talk about that next week, too.
Okay.
Yeah, so, Gwen, if you tune in next week, we'll totally dive deeper into A Quiet Place. But I think this has been a pretty good show. Thank you for joining us for the post-credit show. I'm Ronnie Williams.
And I'm Sergio.
And we'll see you next week.